The jungle, a synonym for mystery, furtiveness and fear. An impenetrable place where the only creatures to live are strange, unknown and terrible spirits. The denseness of the jungle is overwhelming. Giant trees block the light and tormented bushes block the way. Vines climb up and hang down, leaves and thorns everywhere, streams and rivers impossible to cross. Footfalls like rumors or pursuits, observing eyes hidden in the foliage, shadows that appear and disappear. The navigators and explorers of the past were rendered speechless by the enigmas locked within the rainforests of Madagascar. And what disturbed them the most were the harrowing howls that pierced the damp evening air. Lemurs, spirits of the dead, wanderers in the fading light, scaring, tormenting any brave traveler that dare enter these enigmatic woodlands. Lying off the east coast of Africa, in the intertropical region just below the equator, is Madagascar, the fourth largest island on the planet. And not only is it one of the world's largest islands, it is also among the oldest. Isolated from the mainland for almost 150 million years, it is a very special place. Madagascar's remoteness has meant that this enormous territory is a unique natural laboratory in which most of the plants and animals are exclusive to the island. The rainforests found in the north and east of the island cling to the mountain ranges that rise parallel to the coast. In places, they can exceed 2,500 meters in altitude. Almost daily, clouds driven by easterly trade winds from the Indian Ocean drench the rainforests that climb up and inland. There is no other forest like this on the planet. About 80% of its plants are endemic and unique to this place. At first sight, it may seem like any other jungle, but here there are neither large predators nor poisonous snakes. They never arrived from the neighboring continents. Instead, the forests here are populated by strange, frightening beings of such numbers and variety, displaying such extreme relationships that it is hard to imagine. A scream accompanies the first rays of the sun, piercing the silence. It is joined by other voices, until soon it has become an impressive chorus. It is the population of Indri, or Babakoto, greeting the new day. The Indri repeat their song every morning at dawn. This is the only species of lemur that sings such songs, which serve for establishing territory and strengthening family ties. And their impressive chorus can be heard over 4 kilometers away. Madagascar is the lemur's native home, the only place on Earth where this group of primates, characterized by their prominent wet noses, are found in the wild. Today, there are known to be more than 100 species of lemur, most of them on the critically endangered list. But right now, these Indris do not seem worried by this fact, as they warm themselves in the morning sun before starting their day. Madagascar blue pigeons also shake off their drowsiness after a cool, wet night. These shy birds move quietly in small groups between the fronds of the jungle, looking for any of the wide range of fruit they eat by swallowing them whole. The pigeons know their territory well and visit the trees on which the fruit has already ripened. Below the canopy frequented by the pigeons, extraordinary ferns grow. These can sometimes reach heights in excess of 15 meters. The diversity of ferns of these forests is unique. Many of them look like they have come directly from ancient geological times, such as the Carboniferous period 360 million years ago. And in this mysterious, primitive-looking landscape, some animals seem perfectly at home. Frogs were among the first castaways to land on Madagascar. They were the only amphibians that managed to colonize the large island. It is estimated that there are now about 400 species of them, many yet still to be discovered. Reptiles were more successful, with snakes, lizards, chameleons and turtles all arriving here. Madagascar became their promised land, an earthly paradise where they would diversify and conquer every corner of the island. Half of the chameleon species in the world are found only on Madagascar, including, at nearly 70 centimeters long, the world's largest species, the giant chameleon. Throughout their life, they hunt a great number of insects, but when they reach full size, they may even hunt small birds and mammals. The giant chameleon is found in a variety of habitats, but prefers to live in the primary forest, amongst the branches that are home to the Indris. This ancient rainy jungle, lost in time, is the only home of the Indris. Indris are unusual for several reasons. They're the largest lemurs, sometimes weighing more than 9 kilos, and are also the only ones that do not have a long tail. But in common with most lemurs, they are vegetarians. They spend a large amount of time looking for tender leaves, especially those of the laurel tree, but also feed on seeds, fruits and flowers. Females of reproductive age have priority at feeding time. They climb to the highest branches and will spend many hours there eating the tenderest, most nutritional buds. Their feeding technique is to grab the branches with their forefeet and rip or bite off the leaves with their sharp incisors. Although Madagascar has a huge variety of ferns, lemurs do not usually eat them. Their leaves are not fleshy, they have no flowers or fruit, and what's more, they are full of tannins, which have an unpleasant, bitter taste. Well out of the view of the lemurs, some very small ferns grow. These provide a perfect environment for frogs and reptiles. Here, everyday dramas in which the smallest creatures have everything to lose are played out. This snake has caught a frog, although it would appear too big to swallow. Under constant threat from predators, potential prey have been forced to evolve impressive tactical camouflage to avoid being eaten. Madagascar's animals have the best disguises. There is the nightjar, which looks like a handful of dry leaves. And there are geckos, resembling nothing so much as living bark, branches, and stumps. So those who live here are the true masters of disguise, all sharing the same goal: to hide from the keen eyes of snakes and other carnivores. Sometimes it's best to leave, just in case. But for now, there is no danger. It is a group of brown lemurs foraging for food. Flowers are an occasional treat to be seized upon whenever available, and lemurs eat the flowers of at least 60 plant families. Smaller snakes provide no threat to the lemurs, but the Madagascan boa strikes terror into the hearts of almost all the animals of this jungle. Safe from any danger, under his mother's watchful eye, this young Indri plays. For now, he will not stray far. During the first 8 months of life, their relationship is very close. His mother is the primary caregiver, but father is never far away. Indris are monogamous, and partners form a strong bond that allows them to face danger together. They have detected a movement in the foliage. A boa is stalking the youngster. An alarm call warns the clan, and the little one takes refuge in his mother's lap. It's a good idea to get away as soon as possible. From 5 months old, young Indri travel on their mother's backs. Moving at full speed, they make for safety. The jungle of Madagascar offers many quiet places to hide. Some of the most curious are the clusters of giant bamboo. This species grows so tall that its trunks bend, forming huge natural archways. At certain times of year, the giant bamboo may grow up to 4 centimeters a day. Its leaves and shoots contain cyanide, but the golden bamboo lemur can ingest them without any problems. In fact, the leaves of this plant make up 90% of this lemur's diet. They may consume an amount 12 times that which would be lethal for other mammals every day. The greater bamboo lemur also feeds on grass, but prefers the thick, tough stems, chewing them without difficulty thanks to its powerful teeth. The Madagascan jungle is a mysterious world of beings in a constant struggle to remain undiscovered. The tiny Kalama chameleon is difficult to spot, except when it is in heat. When challenged by a rival, they will forget their signaling colors and measured movements. Two females dispute a territory while a male looks on in surprise. There can only be one landlady of this tree. And the weaker of the two combatants prefers to surrender. But the territorial victor is in no mood yet for the male's amorous advances, and he must keep his distance until her mood changes before he tries to mate. The Indris are near. They do not travel far, only between 300 and 700 meters a day, depending on the season and the abundance of food. The jungle is not always rich in fruits, but there are always leaves, also highly prized by countless numbers of insects. Some bird species breed just after the rainy season, when invertebrates abound, providing them with a quick and nutritious food supply for their broods. Both sexes tirelessly take turns to feed their ravenous young. Teamwork makes this exhausting task possible. Just. It is now that the forest offers a multitude of fruits that brown lemurs are not slow to take advantage of. It has been shown that lemurs eat the fruit of at least 86 different species of native plants, a real seasonal pantry. Wild fig trees provide them with the most fruit. Brown lemurs are among the few animals who will take food, such as ripe fruit, from the ground. The jungle floor buzzes with life. And in the leaf litter, dwarf chameleons are barely perceptible, their camouflage helping them hide from such carnivores as the ring-tailed mongoose. Or the tenrec, a primitive and voracious insectivore that emerges from its burrow at dusk. This mammal is another species endemic to Madagascar. It roots around in the humus with its very long snout. A large part of its menu consists of worms, and it will enthusiastically consume dozens of them every day. All of these smaller animals, insects, chameleons and tenrecs, may in their turn be hunted by the mongoose. Even the red rat, a decent-sized rodent, exclusive to these rainforests, will flee when this agile predator appears on the scene. For now, however, the mongoose is satisfied with a few crunchy insects. The Indri watch attentively from their lookout high in the branches, but have no cause for concern. Though the mongoose can easily climb to the top of the canopy, the Indri are too big a prey for it. The family of Indri has started its nightly search for a place to sleep at the top of the canopy, more than 30 meters above the ground. The strange, mysterious, menacing jungle of Madagascar, unique on planet Earth, is filled with the cries of the Indri once more, confirming their territories and keeping the family together. Their chilling laments once again shatter the quiet of the forest, a reminder to all who hear them of the legend of the spectres in the jungle.